telling you, I was inside, looking outside, for millions of faces, but still alone. Was overwhelmed. Wait, this is a good song. I'll give you another 10 seconds with this song. All right, this is my buddy Petey. Gave me the radio station today. Good morning, my dogs. It is 6:32. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com, the founder of Red Dog Mindset. Getting up early, getting the mind right, feeling good. We already did the 25-20. You got Ken right here. Ken, how was the 25-20? You do a nice little workout. How was the playlist for you? Got a little mobility, a little stretch, little supersets. Talked about a little bit of the day, a little bit about the week. Got our minds right. Drank a little bit of water. Did all the things we do pre-game to get ready for the game. The pre-game, because the 25-20 happens before the 6:30 club. So this is where we go over a little bit of the X's and O's, briefly before I start hanging out with the Alpha team for the rest of the day. And the Alpha team is doing a fantastic. Some guys are actually coming in for an open house. If you came in for the open house, good job. You're motivated. You changed your routine. Maybe you did something new. If you want changes, you got to make changes. And a lot of you guys are in there. So anyway, so it's been good to have you. It's been very busy. It's been a very, 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 very busy week. Yesterday, right here, I was like, hey, guys, if they want to shake the tree a little bit, which they do on Fed days, they got to break 659.21 to see the 8th day. And guess what? They broke it. You could have, got out of everything and been done, or you could have been aware of the possibilities of what goes on. You could have covered some shorts. You could have got rid of your puts. You could have added to some positions. And now here we are with the SPYs up $5. Wow. Just like that, 664.20. Pretty impressive. There are a lot of people out there who said they were going to sell August, and they didn't. They said they were going to sell September, and they didn't. Then they said they were going to sell the event, and they didn't. You can have like thoughts and multiple plans, but you can't have opinions. This isn't going to end well. It's not a trading strategy. I've went over that 1,000 times. Having a trading strategy is actually having a plan. And I said yesterday, you guys were crying to me yesterday, like, oh my God, Tesla's down $4. Redler, what are you going to do? I'm like, you're going to use your tier system. You're going to map out levels. And we mapped out what? In my head, I think we mapped out 411. It went below 411, reclaimed it. That was a trade. And then when the SPYs and the Q sold off, it made higher lows, and it was the first one to lead the market up. So Tesla, played by every rule in the book. Every rule in the book. You can't. That's why I said when Tesla's good, it's great. And when it's bad, it kind of sucks because you're waiting for it to get great. Well, this was fantastic. Yesterday, it went below 411, reclaimed it, took out 425, and right now, Tesla is up, $7, and 432 to trim and trail. So, unfortunately, my virtual trading floor only shows the positions, not the options yet. But those who follow along already know. So it's not like I'm coming in with 1,000 things, but not a bad start to the day. What I do when a gap is in my favor, I always trim some, and then I see what's happening. So they've already seen I've already trimmed a little Tesla. I trimmed a little Wulf. I trimmed a little RR. I trimmed a little QUBT. I trimmed a little Apple. Trimmed a little Ethereum. So I'm not saying we're going to sell the open and go red. I trim some. I trim a third. That's called the tier system, my dogs. Let's see. I could talk right to the VTF also. How's everyone feeling? There's not a lot of people logged in this early. They're all watching the 6:30 club, but you could see the what's it called, the new trials and whatnot. So anyway, a lot of people have come from the 6:30 club to try the Alpha team, and a lot of people from the 6:30 club and the trials become part of the real community, the nuts and bolts. What's up, little curbster, of what I do every day. This is just a taste, the 6:30 club, but I've been doing the 6:30 club since 2020 for free. And we're trying to, do a few different things. So again, if you're a member of the Alpha team, great, or Redler All Access, awesome. If you don't do either of them, you better at least, subscribe to Red Dog Mindset. It's very cheap. It's $10 a month. That's 40 cents a day. This is $4.50. Otherwise, you might lose access to the 6:30 club in the months moving forward. So make sure to grandfather yourself in. Anyway, You know, a lot of guys like Red Dog, thank goodness I'm thinking clearly, my mind's right, I'm feeling good because I've always lost money on Fed days. And yesterday I survived and advanced. That's what you want to do. You want to survive and advance. Anyway, so with that gear, look at this nice bull flag. You know, some people like, where do I think it can go? You know, I think if this 439 area would be realistic. I don't know if it gets there today, but it might. You know, we're at 432.55. I trim some. I'll trim a little bit more. I put on some options for this week and next week. I might create call spreads because some straight calls and just continue to to move forward. So that's Tesla. Fantastic. There wasn't a lot of great things giving a lot of good what's it called good clues that we were going to go, but anyway, there was a bunch of things. So anyway, what else am I in? I've been talking about the Wulf. The Wulf, look at that. Opening above 1123, really nice move. I do think within the next few weeks when Bitcoin gets going, this is going to be 14 plus. I've been talking about this since down here. It's been absolutely fantastic. Those who aren't in the Wulf or in the Wulf are also probably in IREM. These are like miners for crypto as well as for power. This has been absolutely fantastic. Look at this move above the 8-day moving average. I've written books about the 21-day moving average. When you want to be long, you buy the 8-day. When there's momentum, it holds the 8-day. When it's a leader, it holds the 8-day. Look at this. Look at this friggin' move. I don't know one person short this thing. They've been making a ton of money buying it. But anyway, I would trim and trail, continue to trim and trail. Trim it to strength so you could buy a dip. And that's what IRN has been awesome. We started buying NBIS back. So I bought some calls into this. Some guys are long the stock. And yesterday trimmed a little bit, and this is working nicely. So this is one little group working nicely. What's not working that nicely? Amazon's not working that nicely, but I'm optimistic. So, I haven't been buying strength. So yesterday, what I did is I went out and I bought more 240 calls. I bought 240 calls, not for next Friday, for the Friday after. So I'm hoping that it continues to rebuild, and at some point it's going to take out this 240 and get on its horse. Get on your horse, Amazon. It's only up $1.22. So, it is what it is. Not everything can be Tesla. So you got to knick-knack other trades. The quant names have been up, in fuego. IONQ, I remember being on that 3:00 show with some of the young guns, Options Mike and Logical and this and that. We were talking about getting involved in IONQ here on the entire group. The group's been friggin' fantastic. Okay, look at IONQ this morning. Holy cow. IONQ, I am not in it. I'm not bragging or saying anything. I'm not in it right now. It's already started a bit of a pain trade. So anyway, it's up 6%. If you're not long IONQ, you do not buy it today. You missed it. Learn the right setup. This is a bull flag setup. This is when you're buying it. This is when it takes out the channel. That's when you're buying it, not up here. Sorry. A lot of guys made really good money in RGTI. This one was a favorite of mine in here. I sold mine yesterday. QBTS, I sold mine yesterday. Listen, I didn't stay in everything. But again, you don't need to be in everything to make good money. So this looks, it's opening at a high. I would be trimming it. This QUBT is trying to play some catch up. So we'll see, if this laggard wants to move. I actually have this left over. So this is pretty good. So we'll see if this works its way towards, 21-ish. So anyway, the quantum names have been absolutely ridiculous. RR, been buying every dip there is. I think this is going to be 520 very, very soon, maybe today. QS, nice little bull flag also. I have some options. This looks like it's going to be heading higher. A lot of little things going on. Rivian, I'm even in Rivian still. I have options. Looks like it could go sideways at some point. Rivian's going to take out a 1465. I do think so, but we'll see. Good morning, Scott. Meta's ready to cross 800. All right, Meta had its, Meta's hanging here. Yeah, Meta's doing pretty decent. Some guys are in verse 743. That's how we framed it. They're staying involved, giving it some room. Meta just had its event yesterday. See if it holds up. It's a little loose and wide. Tesla announced a new battery for 2027 with Panasonic. Good for the sector, Lou says, for QS. All right, what's QS doing this morning? It's up 24 cents. Okay, nothing so exciting, but okay. You got Ethereum. which is holding here, rebuilding. This is even in crypto month, so you could be buying Ethereum on dips. I'm long a bunch of Ethereum. Salt is doing well there too. There's like a lot going on. Thoughts on AMD pattern? I don't love it, little Curbster. It's tight though, it's kind of tight in here. Something to do. The semis just haven't really been the place to be, but it looks pretty good. Good workout this morning. Thank you, Blair. I hope you are doing well. What else? What else is a good position that we have here? Pony probably you could buy the dip. The Chinese names are lower, so Pony has been really awesome. I day 1, day 2, day 3, I got lighter. So if we could hold here, I'll buy some back. JD's been awesome. Okay, it's probably down a little bit because China's down. It's been a really big move. I'm smaller. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably buy some $36 calls out 3 weeks for JD and continue to do it. RP says, amazing calls, my man. Thanks. Google seems to be stalling. Google needs digestion. There's a time and a place for everything. And right now, Google just needs a little bit of time to chill out. Look at this move in Google. It's Google. This is, look at this. This is when we started the active sequence. I've been done with Google since here. But I can't complain because it's been really good. I missed that part of the move, but you don't have to be in every part of the move. I know. I saw crowd also. I'm not in crowd myself. NVIDIA, NVIDIA just needs time too. This is, listen, NVIDIA was awesome. NVIDIA paid us well. NVIDIA gave us a money trade here. Now NVIDIA is just kind of like, in the news, and it's a little bit of a punching bag, and it's just not exactly where the money is right now. So anyway, the money actually has been in Tesla. Tesla's been the momentum trade. It's been absolutely fantastic. Lou Mangeli said, "This is Fibonacci grandson here to support." All right. Let's see what Fib grandson has to say because he's awesome. So Lou, I didn't know your name, Lou Magnelli. This is Fibonacci's grandson here to support and endorse the Alpha team. Amazing team. Great last couple of weeks. Well, I will say you provide value, and that's the best part of the Alpha team is everyone's in there to help each other. Everyone's posting levels, posting news, posting ideas. And Fibonacci's grandson, he must be the grandson of a big market guy, puts himself out there all the time. So, thanks to him. So someone's saying CRWV. Wow, CRWV. Why is this a wow? This isn't a wow. It's only up, 270, but okay. Look at Tesla. That's kind of a wow. Actually, they're both not really wows. They're just, a little bit of follow through, a little bit of upside. That's nice. You want me to post a chart of CWRV? It's hanging in here. It's rebuilding. This semi looks better than most other semis for now. It did hold where it had to. So it's showing it's rebuilding. Maybe at some point it gets above 125.75 and goes. ASTS is having a bit of a comeback, yes. It's been hanging in here. I have some options left over for this week. Looks like you can get to 42.50 or 46-ish. That would be good. But again, it's not great. It's not like when this happened. It can't always be this or that. Sometimes it's got to rebuild. It happens. NVIDIA's up 4. That's cool. I got some options on there. China plays probably aren't going to be where it's at today. Anyway, IBIT is fine. It's hanging in here. Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize. Look at that nice little bull flag in here. Listen, there's a lot of good things working, my dogs. You got to get away from watching the TV set. You got to be away from following people who talk on TV like Jeffrey Dunlap. Listen, he's a billionaire. He's not giving you an idea on how to frame a Tesla trade, an Apple trade, an Amazon trade, an MBIS trade, a Pony trade, Ethereum. He's talking about, the long end and the short end, and cautious on equities like most billionaires out there. Every billionaire out there is cautiously optimistic, but they're fully invested. But you shouldn't be. Anyway, with that being said, this looks pretty good too. 65.22 is a spot. Yes, BMNR has been working well. If you're in that, congratulations. Look at that. That's a nice move. This is one we were focusing on in the 630 club. Has some room to 70 if it wants it. Nice move. Yeah, it's all right. You can get back in. Mister's a pain. I'm in some calls. Mister just doesn't, it's not the Mister of old because it's kind of mature. It's already had a move, and it's, this is like, Mister used to be like the most speculative one of them all, and now it's like mature because, anyway. I bet you when Bitcoin gets traction starting in October through November and Bitcoin gets to 140,000, which it probably does, this will have a nice move. But you don't have to be in Mystery. You could be in IBIT. You could be in 2 times that. You could be in Ethereum. You don't have to be in those. But anyway, Oracle. Oracle's been kind of a pain, to be honest. It is holding here. It's just, every time it's up, it's been for sale. So it's been hard, but it's also digesting what's been a really big move here. But what's it doing this morning, Oracle? It's probably up 8 and it'll probably go red again. It's up 3. They're getting smarter. They're not opening it up as much anymore. Anyway, so listen, with that said, I have a lot to do. You could have been in the Alpha team all week. Open house, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All you had to do is motivate a little bit, change your morning routine if you wanted to be involved with a lot of great guys out there that trade for a living. Hopefully you did that already. It's been a really good week. Last week I started, I'm like, I want to be green every day. Last week I was green 4 to 5 days, and Tesla really helped. When Tesla's in play, Red Dog gets excited. But anyway, it's been a good week this week also. So at this point, always trim and trail into strength, so you can buy dips. Glory B says he loves the open house. Alan Glass knows I've been there all week. It's not exactly what you expect either. People like, Red Dog, I thought you would be telling us what to do, when to do, and how to do it. I'm like, no, that's Power Plays. Power Plays tells you what to do. If you don't want to decide, if you don't want to sift through it. So let's see. I wrote on Twitter that I got in the Tesla trade from your video yesterday. All right, that's cool. What does I say? I can't love the open house, Glory be. Cool. Listen, I'm glad that we had some action this week. Sometimes I've had open houses. We have it once a year, and I'm trying to figure out how to make money with everybody, and it's a frustrating, crappy week, and people are like, Red Dog, I thought you were good at this. I'm like, well, sometimes I'm the jockey and the horse friggin' sucks. And sometimes you have action. The last 2 weeks have been a lot of action, so I'm glad. Everyone got to see the decisions on the spot, the execution on go time, all the things that I try and teach. I've been teaching for 30 years. In order to execute on the same charts and the same thoughts as everyone, your mind has to be right. And that's, again, why we started Red Dog Mindset. But if you want the charts and you want the note and you want the morning call, you got to get in there with the Alpha team. But anyway, so yeah, NBIS is up 2. That's cool. Iron's up 80 cents. So yeah, listen. If you're not long coming in today, you can't just buy the open. And if you have short on the brain, just make sure if you're short the beginning, because we could pull in a little bit, look for some signals to see whether we continue to fade or perhaps, usually a day like today is a trend day. UVX, yes, it does, Ken. But people are telling you, it means that we're going down because the UVXY is going down. That's not true. This MBIS pattern is pretty cool. Held the gap, poked its head above, showed some leadership yesterday, getting some follow through today. That's all you could trade. That's all you could ask for is the good book. The good book in trading with momentum rules. And Red Dog wrote the good book. No, I didn't. I just have been trying to use the good book for 20 years. And, when it's working, it's working. CG says, what should we subscribe for getting the buy and sell alerts? That's CG. That's Power Plays stocks and Power Play options. If you don't want to sift through my note that has 40 ideas that is transparent as possible that I put together every morning starting 4:45, or stay on the Alpha team all day long, you just get an email. It'll tell you what to do. So it'll probably be something that I think can go for a bunch of days, and it's a great product. And if you want to get your mind right, you want to do a little bit of a workout, you want to do some education on the weekends and stuff, that's Red Dog Mindset. And if you've been watching the 630 Club making a lot of money and, you don't subscribe to anything, then, what? You should subscribe. But anyway, I'm not here to. Snap is your number one right now, Adam Bush. I haven't looked at Snap since I lost money in earnings. All right, there's a gap to fill here. There's a trade there. It happens. It's already on its way into there. I would say I can get to $9. Makes some sense. Make Amazon great again. I can't do it. I'm still in Oxy. Oxy was a nice little trade the other day, hanging in here. If you remember, I bought some Oxy here. I got kind of lucky, went up. I think with the little sideways action, then it takes out 48.10. XLE is a little bit better. It's not exactly where the action is, but if you're looking for rotation, you're looking for rotation. What else we got before I got to get going? You want me to look at Zeta? Is that ZBT? We used to kick their butts in college. No, I'm kidding. Wow, this looks pretty cool. Look at this nice and tight pattern. Looks good. Nice little channel going sideways, digesting a move. Didn't come in. I like that idea. Looks good. I don't know what it does, but looks as if, could take out this little area. Good idea. Let's see what Zeta doing this morning. ZETA. It's up $1. There you go. A lot of little things going on here. My doggies. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this song. Yes, we need traders, not philosophers. By the way, I gave you this level yesterday, and on the cues, my goodness gracious, almost to the penny. I'm like, they could shake the tree a little bit here on the cues. Look at this little air pocket. All you got to do is get below the prior low, and what did it hold? The 8th day. What a coinky dink. It's not brain surgery, guys. It's fucking preparation. Excuse my French. And getting your mind right and stop looking for crutches. Crutches break. Stand on your own 2 feet. I'll see you guys later.